Welcome back to Paranormal Perspective. I'm John Lordan, and with me today, as always,
Christy Arnhart.
Christy Arnhart with a new beautiful background. I like that background.
Yes, thank you, Shauna Blackwood. She made a bunch of new peacock backgrounds for me, and I love it.
Oh, awesome, awesome.
Oh.
Okay, so before we start today's episode, what is the question we're going to put to the audience? I won't put it up immediately, but I just want to kind of know what are we going for with today's topic?
Is there a ghost in the machine?
Is there a ghost in the machine?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting question. Interesting question. I worked in IT for a long, long time. And I noticed a particular pattern where about once a month, it was like there was a magnet in my body and everything would just go wrong. Like technically, like I would just get all these bizarre things that, you know, and I would knock out problems left and right. Like, but that one day a month, and I would know it. I'm like, oh, this day is here. Okay. I'm just going to not try to fix things because it's not going to work. And then I'll go back to it the next day. Boom. No problem. It's so weird. So I have some personal experience. I don't know what I would call it. I don't know that I would say Gremlins or something like that. But
see, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, there's something at least that I've experienced in my life where there are these bizarre, deep, technical things that happen that I have no explanation for. And then, I don't know, they just fix themselves or, yeah, Techno Gremlins, says Zombie Sauce. I don't know. I don't know.
That's a good name.
Yeah.
It's a good name for them.
Looking forward to hearing what you've dug up. So what are we talking about?
Well, today we'll be talking about the AI-generated art piece called LOAB that's become an online cryptid that I believe along the lines of Slender Man.
Okay, LOAB.
Now, yeah, LOAB. Okay. She is known as the first cryptid of latent space. Now, latent space is a representation of compressed data in which similar data points are closer together in space. And if you can help us with any of this explanation at all, please let me know because it's confusing for me. It is, and I did my best to explain in here.
Okay.
As dumbed down as I could get it for myself.
Okay, I gotcha.
Okay, now Wikipedia tells us that LOAB is a fictional character that Twitter user Supercomposite has claimed to have discovered with an unspecified text-to-image AI model in April of 2022. The user described it as an unexpectedly emergent property of the software, saying they discovered it when asking the model to produce something as different from the prompt as possible.
Okay, that's an interesting line of questioning for AI because in the uses, which you guys know, we're like AI experts here. Don't make me run the Crime After Crime trailer again. But usually the way you engage AI, at least for me so far, has been very direct. Like, give me this. I'm looking for that. It's interesting to kind of reverse that line of questioning and say, okay, now give me something that's the exact opposite of what we've been talking about or what I've been describing to you. Okay.
It's really neat, I think, how this came about. Now, Supercomposite is a Swedish musician and artist. Mm-hmm. Now, he used art. When he did this, he used an unspecified AI tool. We don't know what program he was using.
Okay.
But what it does is it lets the user punch in a short phrase or prompt. Mm-hmm. And of course, then AI interprets it and creates an image out of it. Now, LOAB's first appearance was created while responding to a reverse prompt about Marlon Brando.
Okay. Okay.
So when the image gets pulled up, and if you'll show the first picture, this is how AI interpreted that.
That doesn't look anything like Marlon Brando.
Not at all. Not at all.
Literally, this is what came up when he said.
That's what came up. So he got to thinking, you know, he was like, is the opposite of that logo in turn just going to be a picture of Marlon Brando? So this time when he punched it in, he punched in the Digita PN Tix Skyline logo that's there. Mm-hmm. And what he received, in his words, were off-putting images, all of the same devastated-looking older woman with defined triangles of rosacea on her cheeks. He named her LOAB because in one of the images, text was created with her, and it looked like it spelled LOAB, L-O-A-B. So if you would like, you can pull up the pictures of LOAB.
I just want to give everyone
through those.
Yeah, I just want to give everyone a warning before we get to these pictures. They're pretty freaky. This is What is this?
That's LOAB.
It's interesting just thinking about how Marlon Brando is part of the makeup of this conversation chain that he had with AI to get to the point where he's kicking out these images.
Mm-hmm.
It does resemble him just a little bit.
Well, the cheeks.
Yeah.
I thought so too.
A little bit around the mouth, but it looks like it's been fused with like Rachel Ray.
I don't know. These pictures freak me out.
And what is he holding a stuffed chipmunk? What is this? Or she?
It's some kind of stuffed something.
Yeah, that is very bizarre. Very.
See,
very
once he
bizarre.
discovered LOAB, all he did was he said, "Hey, draw me something new with this woman as the base." And he keeps putting in prompts and getting these disturbing images.
But the prompts are containing that word LOAB, L-O-E-B.
A-B.
L-O-A-B. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did you do any searching in terms of that word? Does it mean something? Is it
not that I could find?
Like the problem is searching on it now. It's just going to bring up, it's going to bring up that. But I wonder if there was something before. Oh wow! Look at these. Jeez.
Oh yeah, just look through some of the ones I sent.
Yeah.
Now you can follow Super Composite on Twitter and look at his whole text chain on all of this, the pictures, his reasoning, how he came up with it. It's a really good read.
Christy, did you slip in a picture of my ex-wife in this?
Fooled ya.
What is going on with these? These are...
I know.
These are scarier than some scary movies I've seen. Seriously.
I know. It's freakish. They freak me out.
It's like it's being infused with horror, or there's some prompt about horror that is coming into play with it as well.
And I don't know. I know.
Yeah, seriously.
I don't know any more specifics about it as far as what he's putting into the prompts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
it didn't sound like he had tried to do that intentionally.
I think there's only one way that we can really try to test this, and I think that's by generating our own AI art. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
Okay. So I'm going to start with that LOAB. Okay. And let's go to the audience. So this is a tool that's built into Canva called text to image. Basically, it's exactly what you're talking about. You write things in that you want to create an image of. Audience, with LOAB, what other terms should I write in there about this image? Do we want LOAB doing something? Do we want LOAB in some particular place? Give me some ideas here. I have no idea. Actually, I guess as a baseline, I'll just run it on LOAB once just to see what happens.
I guess I'm going to have to use one of these. I haven't done it yet.
Well, I'm not getting the same results, that's for sure. This one's this one's kind of scary just because it looks like politicians. Like,
I know.
What is the thought here?
I don't know. But yeah, that's what it looks like to me too.
Yeah. That's terrifying.
Weird.
And weird, yeah. Water source. What would make it think that?
I don't know.
This looks like a storefront or something. Okay, so we did get a suggestion here. Let's try LOAB taking over the secret studio.
Oh, I'm scared now.
Yeah, now we're getting into who knows what's going to happen now. No,
Well,
It just kind of looks like the real secret studio. Wow, that's kind of interesting. Let's see here. I think there was something about, oh, eating pizza. All right.
now I know the exact prompt that he put in.
Oh, you do? Okay, well, we'll
Yeah.
try that one, but I just want to, just to show you the power of this thing, because it's really not, these aren't good examples. I think LOAB's throwing it off. Kitten eating pizza.
Which has to be precious, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to get some, whoa!
That's cute.
Look at this one, he's actually holding it. That one's amazing.
That's cute.
So you guys can see it works. This one's pretty cute too.
Oh yeah. It's kind of floating up there for the kitty cat.
Okay, so what's the actual prompt?
It is Brando.
Okay.
Fred will love this. : -1.
Interesting. I wonder if that's some type of language for the particular AI tool that he used.
It may be.
Yeah. But Brando, we'll do a couple passes with Brando too. Look at that. And by the way, it's really interesting to me because once I started using AI, like when you look into the agreements that you agree to and stuff, it's like, you can't take credit for this. You can't take credit for this. You have to be sure that you say that it was done by this particular AI or this particular engine. Well, aren't they taking other artwork? These are obviously from real pictures of him.
Yeah.
Like yeah, they've grabbed his face and they're kind of infusing his face onto maybe another person's body or head.
Well, AI couldn't have created this without you interacting with it.
Brando eating a face.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see what happens. I'm just trying to get something even close to, whoa, what? I don't know what's happening in this one.
I don't either.
I'm confused and scared all at the same time.
What is that?
I don't know. It looks like he's eating a watch or a clock or I don't know.
I don't either. I'm confused. The one in the corner, the bottom right-hand corner, that's my reaction. Is like, what?
All right, we're just going to run one more of these. Honestly, this seems like a tool that's best used with cats. So, orange tabby cat in a tux. Let's see what happens.
Oh, I've got a desk full of gingers right now. That's why my camera keeps moving.
Oh my
Would
goodness.
you look? They're such handsome young men.
Look at this gentleman right here. That is amazing. Honestly,
love it.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed by how this tool is working. It just doesn't seem to be keyed for the types of grotesque images that we're seeing in the LOAB phenomena. Like with plain things, it's making perfect sense out of it, and it's coming out with decent results. This is a pretty cute picture. Like that's something you might use in a piece of art. Well, Christy, we went looking for LOAB and could not find LOAB, at least within Canva. And, everyone's pretty much aware of LOAB at this point. So I would imagine that some of these AI generators and stuff, they're just like, nope, don't give a result for that. But to go to go back to the poll, is there a ghost in the machine? 41% of the viewing. Oh, you have more? Okay. All right. I haven't closed the poll yet.
This was my question here. Do you guys, they say that because LOAB doesn't show up in anybody else's AI generated things, that this is just something, that he stumbled upon with the program himself. No big deal. But do you guys kind of feel like maybe there's more to it than that? I mean, think about it. Ever since technology has started coming about, there have been all kinds of different ways that people claim that spirits interact with it. Whether it's EVPs, talking through TVs or radios or whatever, the ghost in the machine has been something that's been around for a long time. Do you feel like this could have been influenced by something otherworldly? Or not, it's just AI funniness? Maybe LOAB is the essence of a real person that's come through somehow,
it's a good
or a
question.
real
Like
creature.
this thing is so new and different. Like I don't have a great understanding of what's happening with it. I get the logic
No.
of what it is, these kind of, neural networks released on information and, made to mimic certain output based on what we're giving it as an input. Like I get the basics of it, but we just have such little experience with it to know the expectations of how it acts. And this whole story really points to that. Like, this is a guy messing around with AI, and this is what's coming out of it. It could be that 5 years from now, we're so aware of AI and the responses that we get from it that we talk about this story and go, oh, remember when we were all freaked out about that LOAB stuff? And now it just totally makes sense to us. But we're not going to know that, I think, for years. I think there's just this weird, we're in this gray zone with this response from technology. It is really, really weird. And even like the stuff I was learning about it, in terms of what I'm noticing as copyright, in that same tool for Canva, I told it that I wanted a DeLorean. Now, a DeLorean is an object. It's like a known object. I'm pretty sure there's some copyright that applies to that in terms of the design and the look of it. And it came back with DeLoreans. And more than that, I could tell that some of the DeLoreans actually had like Back to the Future type components on them, like the vents on the back and stuff like that. So it's obviously grabbing images and stuff that are known for the search term that you're looking at or looking for, and then modifying them. It's doing something where it's adding a layer on top of that. And, sometimes the DeLorean would have 4 doors instead of 2, or there would be an extra rear view mirror for some reason stuck in some weird place. It's really weird, but I just think we're in that gap right now of just not understanding the feedback that we're getting from these systems. And, they're kind of on their baby legs at this point. I think these systems are also going to evolve. If there is some mechanism where energy, spirit, something is going to come through that, I think it's going to be really obvious to us when it happens. And it's interesting because that's what a lot of people are afraid of. Like, they're, a lot of very smart people have been talking about this for years, that AI is a very dangerous thing when we hit that point where it becomes self-aware. But we will see. Interesting topic today, Christy.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, good job on that.
So how did we do?
Okay, so now closing out the poll, we are at 44% for yes, there is a ghost in the machine, and 56% for no. So
wow, that's a lot closer than I thought it would be.
It's pretty close. It's pretty close. And I think this is the type of conversation we could have a year from now, and you would have a much different result, and it might actually edge even closer for you. I think. We'll see. Curious. Well, we hope you'll join us again on another episode of Paranormal Perspective. See you on the other side. You like how I dropped that? Was it too much?
Yeah, I loved it.
It was a little much. Okay.